So here's your story for today. Today's title is Tourteaux. Grandmère was silent for a few seconds. She was looking into the air like she could see it all happening again right in front of her. Now I understood why she never talked about this before. It was too hard for her. Tourteaux's family hid me for 2 years in that barn, she continued slowly, even though it was so dangerous for them. We were literally surrounded by Germans, and the French police had a large headquarters in Danvers. But every day I thanked my marker for the barn that was my home, and the food that Tourteaux managed to bring me, even when there was hardly any food to go around. People were starving in those days, Julian, and yet they fed me. It was a kindness I will never forget. It is always brave to be kind, but in those days, such kindness could cost you your life. Grandmère started to get teary-eyed at this point. She took my hand. The last time I saw Tourteaux was 2 months before the liberation. He had bought me some soup. It wasn't even soup. It was water with a little bit of bread and onions in it. We had both lost so much weight, I was in rags. So much for my pretty clothes. Even so, we managed to laugh, Tourteaux and I. We laughed about things that happened in our school, even though I could not go there anymore, of course. Tourteaux still went every day. At night, he would tell me everything he had learned so that I would stay smart. He would tell me about my old friends, too, and how they were doing. They all still ignored him, of course. And he never revealed to any of them that I was still alive. No one could know. No one could be trusted. But Tourteaux was an excellent narrator, and he made me laugh a lot. He could do wonderful imitations, and he even had funny nicknames for all my friends. Imagine that. Tourteaux was making fun of them. I had no idea you were so mischievous, I told him. All those years you were probably laughing at me behind my back, too. Laughing at you? He said. Never. I had a crush on you. I never laughed at you. Besides, I only laughed at the kids who made fun of me. You never made fun of me. You simply ignored me. I called you Tourteaux. And so, everyone called me that. I really don't mind. I like crabs. Oh, Tourteaux, I'm so ashamed, I answered, and I remember I covered my face with both my hands. At this point, Grandmère covered her face with her hands. Although her fingers were bent with arthritis now, and I could see her veins, I pictured her young hands covering her face for so many years ago. Tourteaux took my hands with his own hands. She continued, slowly removing her hands from her face, and he held my hands for a few seconds. I was 14 years old then, and I had never kissed a boy, but he kissed me that day, Julian. Grandmère closed her eyes. She took a deep breath. After he kissed me, I said to him, I don't want to call you Tourteaux anymore. What is your name? Grandmère opened her eyes and looked at me. Can you guess what he said? She asked. I raised my eyebrows as if to say, no, how would I know? Then she closed her eyes again and smiled. He said, my name is Julian.